there's some good news. There are good things on the horizon.
Mm-hmm. All right.
You know, we are 3 days away from fundamentally getting a sequel to A Christmas Story.
Shut up.
Isn't that cool? Peter Billingsley's in it. Ralphie from back in the day, who's done a lot more since Ralphie, but he always just gets called Ralphie anyway.
That's one of my bigger regrets in celebrity encounters.
Really? What do you mean?
Well, remember in the days when we were really, 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 really busy?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
Where didn't really have time to even think, you know? And people would make appointments for me and stuff and then brief me on the way into the room.
Right, yes.
Yeah. And Peter Billingsley was in my office one day. And I said, who the hell is Peter Billingsley? And they said, Ralphie from A Christmas Story. And I said, why is Ralphie from A Christmas Story in my office? And we're walking towards my office. And they said, he's really fascinating. He really wants to meet you. Door open. I walk in. Hey, Peter. Okay. I know nothing about his life.
Or what you're doing in the meeting.
Or what I'm even doing in the meeting.
Right.
I'm just there by myself with Peter Billingsley. And he looks like a grown-up Ralphie. Which
people used to say about you.
Yes.
People used to say you looked like a grown-up Ralphie.
Right.
I don't know if they still say that.
No, they don't.
Okay.
No, they don't. So Peter was there, and I said, hey, Peter, you know, feeling kind of bad for him.
Right, because you're thinking this guy worked as Ralphie, and
that
poor
was
guy.
it. That was it. Now he's, you know, I don't know, flipping pancakes at the Waffle House.
Sure.
And I said, so what have you, you know, what have you been doing lately? And he said, well, we just finished Iron Man. And I was like, I've got to reevaluate everything I was going to say to you.
He was the executive producer of Iron Man.
Of Iron Man, yeah. So now he's got a new movie out. He's got a new movie out.
Yes, he does.
And he's playing Ralphie.
He's decided to go. Which is, I think as a person
awesome.
who absolutely loves that movie, and I know that's not necessarily universal, but it is a loved Christmas classic.
I like it.
Yeah. Christmas Story, which they've done a bunch of stuff with on that. Didn't they have a Broadway show for a while?
And it was really good.
Oh, you saw it?
Oh, I saw it.
Oh, really?
I went with Peter.
Of course you did, jerk. I went to a Christmas Story musical with Ralphie. Oh, gotcha. Your life is too good. It's better than you deserve. That's what I will say.
It really is.
It really
is.
But they're actually doing a sequel to it with Ralphie grown up.
Yeah,
hosting his own Christmas.
It looks fantastic.
It looks really cool.
And I think it's the same mom.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think it's the same mom.
And it's coming out this week on HBO Max, I believe. I don't know if it's in theaters as well, but in HBO Max, which I don't know. I'm excited about it.
I did not see Yellowstone last night, which is something that may have improved my mood a little bit.
Really? Well, I thought you loved Yellowstone.
I do. I just didn't see it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see it.
So you're disappointed. Are you? Let me ask you this.
Watch it tonight.
Are you the type of person? Because I am this type of person that if I'm watching a series and a big episode airs and I don't see it, I literally will not go anywhere near social media until I've seen it.
Yes.
I can't, because you go onto Twitter and just people are like, hey, that was great on Yellowstone when the alien came down and killed Kevin Costner. And you're like, holy crap. Really?
Yeah, good thing they saved it for the very end, though.
You're like, no. And you can't even, there's no way to filter it out. Like, I want this is a website I've been dreaming of for a while. You tell me if this is a good idea. I want a spoiler-free zone. Right, where I can go and read, especially with these things these series that have like 5 years of episodes out, and you're just picking them up, because I do that all the time. I really refuse to commit to a series at this point unless there's 5 years of it, because
I'm kind of like that.
Give me 5 years. Show me you can stay on the air for 5 years. Then I'll start investing my time.
Because there's nothing worse than having something. I skip everything that says 1 season. 2016.
Right.
You're like, gone.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try it.
Way.
It might be great, but
might be.
I'm going to be frustrated because it's going to just stop.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So unless you get 5 seasons, I don't even go in. But let's say I'm on season 2, episode 3, and some amazing thing happens. I can't look at any content about this show because they're going to give me what happened in season 4 and season 5 and season 3. So I can't know any of it. So I don't get the full experience of watching the show because a big part of that now is you're following along. People are speculating as to what comes next. People are trying to figure it out. Oh my gosh, what happened to this character? You can't do that in that sort of community vibe, because you'll get it all. So I want a site that it's like a spoiler-free zone. I say I'm on season 2, episode 3, and I can read all the articles from that time.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that.
So somebody do that and then cut me in on the profits because I don't want to do it.
Well, that sounds like a binding contract.
Right.
There.
Yes. Anybody out there who's doing it, that's you.
Wow. You are legally bound now to cut him in.
People don't realize this, Glenn. I think you'll back me up on this. Right. Anything said on the radio is a binding contract to anyone who has the same idea and might do it better.
Right. So I went to see George Clooney. Now, see if you think
this is
was
another Peter Billingsley story. Is it where you're hanging out with George Clooney and didn't know who he was?
No,
okay.
I knew who he was.
Okay, good.
So I went to see George Clooney and Julia Roberts in the movie Ticket to Paradise.
Okay, so you didn't actually. Did you watch it with George Clooney and Julia Roberts?
No, I did not. Okay, no. No. Here's the thing. That one was not a decision that I made per se.
Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I go and I realize before the movie starts, there's no one under 50 in that room. Okay? There's nobody. There's no youngins going to see that one. You know?
Wow, and those are 2 big stars.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now it's been out for a while, I think. However, I realized I just fell into the Driving Miss Daisy category. You know, nobody who was young went to see that, or Steel Magnolias or one of those.
Right, there's that genre there.
They're like, I remember when they were young in their 40s and they were making movies. They were so great. And then you're seeing all these people that you grew up with, and you're like, oh, boy, they're sure aging well, aren't they? You know, they have to stop shooting about 4:30 in the afternoon for these people. I realize that's what that movie is. That's like that's like, I remember.
You remember
George
these
Clooney.
people.
Yeah.
They were the stars of my day.
Yeah.
Like
they were so great in Ocean's 11.
Right.
Back in the day, and they're still together.
It's been a while, Glenn, since Ocean's 11.
Don't tell me how long has it been.
That movie came out the same year as the September 11th attacks came out. September 2001. Ocean's 11. It's 21 years old.
Wow.
When's the last time George Clooney was in a movie you've seen or made any note?
So I saw on an airplane once something he was in where I don't remember. He wasn't happy in his job, and I don't remember. I can't tell you the last time I saw a George Clooney movie.
Isn't that weird, though? Because I still think of him as the biggest, one of the biggest stars out there.
Give me some of the...
I would say, so you got Ticket to Paradise, which of course
I just saw. It was actually good. It was actually really good.
I would assume it probably would be.
You know, it's none of this funny business that goes on these days. Anyway.
Now, I don't remember The Midnight Sky. Do you remember The Midnight Sky? Okay, that was 2020. Okay, then there was nothing in 2019 other than TV stuff. Mm-hmm. Do you remember Money Monster from 2016?
Do not remember Money Monster.
I do not either.
Doesn't sound good.
No. Do you remember Hail Caesar from 2016?
Ooh,
I do not.
Ow, saw that one because somebody wrote it, or it had.
Somebody did write it.
I know. I'm trying to remember. There was some reason we went, and it wasn't for George Clooney, and it was bad.
So you might remember. I could see you remembering Tomorrowland from 2015. But again, we're back in 2015 here, and I still haven't gotten to one I'm sure you'd actually seen, or anyone in the audience.
Tomorrowland. Wasn't Tomorrowland that awful, awful movie that I thought looked really cool? No, that was another one. That was longer, Captain of Tomorrow or something
that
like
was
that.
Even long before that.
No, I didn't see Tomorrowland.
And then I'll get to one that I do know that you would appreciate, which was The Monuments Men. That's 2014.
That. Wow.
That's really the last George Clooney movie I would say he was like a star and was and it wasn't a big hit, but it was like critically acclaimed and I liked it and it,
he was looking a little like he was wearing a toupee. I don't think he was, but he was looking a little like he was wearing a toupee.
What does that mean? He wasn't wearing a toupee, but he looked like he was wearing a toupee.
His hair was just not, it made me feel better as a man, You can go to this George Clooney movie. It's not like every Tom Cruise movie that just pisses you off. This one is like, okay, all right. He's looking pretty rough. And then you find out he's 70 and you're like, okay, I no longer feel good about myself.